So please note down the structure of Java program. So today we will discuss about the structure of Java program, how to write in a specific program in a Java program. I hope the structure is clear. Maximum of you knows the already knows the structure, but some of you still having problem in the structure. So this structure we are going to follow in the Java. So please note down carefully without doing any mistake. After that I will explain. Veda Jain. Beta, what's your roll number? Pardon? Okay, thank you. Udit Jain.
Yes, sir.
What's your roll number?
Sir, 30.
Okay, thank you. Please note down all of you. Noted all of you?
Sir, just a minute.
I hope this thing is clear. So I have written here the class, then the class name, the class name. Then after that, opening curly braces, then public static void main, string args, square bracket, open bracket, close. Now, whenever you are writing a string, please pay attention all of you. Whenever you are writing a string, always the S must be in capital. Got it? Don't forget this. Now, after that, we are supposed to open the opening curly braces. So this braces you can put it here also or on the separate line also. That is totally up to you. But after the second opening curly braces and before the first closing curly braces, like this part. This is the part where we write the whole program. Whatever program you are supposed to write, those things we are going to write it down here. Am I clear? Om Saxena, Abhijit. Good.
Yes,
So
sir.
now,
Yes, sir.
so in this part, the whole program we are supposed to write. And in the program, first of all, we are supposed to write the variable declaration. So this variable declaration part is very, very important. Please try to understand. So this variable declaration part declares the variable which you are going to use in your program. So that variable we need to declare first. Then only those variables you can use throughout the program. Now, after declaring the variables, sometimes you are using single line for variable declaration. Sometimes you can use multiple line also. That is totally up to you. That depends on your requirement. Am I clear? Arushi Rajada?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion with the till here?
No, sir.
Okay. So now just move to the further part. Now later on, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. What are these? Basically, these are the statements which we are going to write as a program. So basically in these statements, you can write one statement also, you can write two statements also, you can write three statements, you can write any number of statements after the variable declaration. There is no fixed number of statements. That depends on your program. Am I clear, Shreya? Saransh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now this is the basic structure. So now in this, after the second opening and before the first closing, if you will see at the end of every line, the line is ending with semicolon. So this semicolon is known as the terminator. What?
Terminator.
Yes.
Terminator.
Basically, this terminator is known as the termination of the line, and that shows that this line is ending on this point, right? And that terminator symbol must be there at the end of the every line in between this part. Am I clear this?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the few basic things which we are supposed to keep in mind while writing the program. So now I will show you the example of program. Now see, so here I have written for you a small example. Just a minute. Don't copy, just wait. First we will write the question. Okay,
Sir,
now
why do we use scanner class?
just relax.
But leave scanner.
Just relax. I will explain. Okay? Don't worry, beta. I will try to explain each and everything. So don't worry about that. Just give me some time. Let me explain first, then you can ask your doubts one by one. Okay? So now this is a simple example. Please write down a question. After copying this structure of Java program, the first example which we are going to discuss is write a program, WAP. Write down, all of you. WAP to print sum of 3 integers. This is the question which I have mentioned in the green. After that, I will explain this question how to write in Java. So now in this program, see, whenever you are writing a program in your class 9th, please keep in mind in each and every program we are going to take input from the keyboard. So as you know, the question is we have to print sum of 3 integers. So how you are getting these 3 numbers? That means, better please pay attention, all of you. That means,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, actually, sir, there was some problem in the audio. So, sir, can you repeat what you have told in last 2 minutes?
better please pay attention. I am recording, so everything is already there. Hana? So that I will
Sir,
post.
so we need to copy this question, which is there.
The question you need to copy and the solution also. But when I will say, then only.
Okay, sir.
And you can copy these things from the video also later on, because that recording, this recording I am going to share in the GCR.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so whenever you are writing a program in Java, that means especially in class 9, in each and every program we are supposed to take input. So whenever you are taking input from the keyboard, so first of all we are supposed to add this additional line. This is your import java.util.asterisk. Please pay attention, everyone. Before the class. Am I clear? So what does it mean? Basically in this line, what we are doing, we are adding a library. We are adding a specific library in your program through which we are going to take input from the help of keyboard. That is your input device. Am I clear, Aman Bhargav?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion till here?
No, sir.
Okay. So now, import is a keyword, or you can say it is a specific word or reserve words which is having the specific meaning. This word is used to include library. Which library we are including in our program? The util library. So why we are adding this library? Because in this library there are certain functions which we are supposed to use in our program, and that function is here scanner, that is used to take input from the keyboard. So whenever you are taking input in your program, everyone please pay attention. Whenever you are taking input from the keyboard, so the first line import java.util.asterisk and the scanner line must be there in your program. And if it is not there, that means you are missing your marks. Maximum marks you will miss. Am I clear, Atulya Pandey?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So now, so after writing this line, import java.util.asterisk, then the semicolon must be there. Then after that, we are supposed to write the class name. So what will be the class name? That depends on your requirement. So in this question, as you know, the question was write a program to print sum of 3 integers. So I have given here this class name example. So the class name you can use example, and in that case the file name must be example only, example.java, because whenever you are writing the program in Java, so in that case the class name and the file name must be same. Am I clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, if it is not same, then it will not run.
Yes, in that case you will not able to, you cannot execute the program, because that is compulsory.
Okay, sir.
Whether you are using BlueJ or TextPad doesn't matter. In both cases, the class name and the file name must be same. Am I clear this?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now after that, as usual, the class, then the class name, then the opening curly braces, then on the next line, public static void main string args. So now this string args, basically this part is fixed, but args is a simple variable name. So whatever variable name you want, like a, b and c, I have used here in the variable declaration part. So that is, they are also a variable. So like that, you can, I have declared one more extra variable, that is args, and this is fixed. This must be there. But instead of args, whatever you want, you can declare. But whatever you have declared, that you cannot re-declare again in the program. That's very, very important point. Am I clear this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, so the first line, the second line, the third line. So till here, this part is common. So now from after this and in between this part, this is the part where we are supposed to write the whole program. Am I clear this? This block. So now in this block, first of all, we are supposed to declare the scanner variable. So why we are declaring this variable scanner ob equals to new? Because with the help of this ob, this scanner, this is,
Sir, the user inputs value using OBS.
yes. So now this scanner is used to take input from the keyboard, and now this scanner functioning is defined under this library util. So if you are not adding this library in your program, so you will get a error. So it's better to include this library. Am I clear this? Okay. So now after that, first of all, we are supposed to declare the variables. So this program, the question is, in this question, what we are doing? We are printing the sum of 3 integers. So that means how many variables we are supposed to declare. So that we are supposed to find out. So actually in this program, we are required 4 variables. Am I clear? 4 variables, 3 as input, and 4th variable is to store the result. See, that is why I have declared A, B, C as a simple variable declaration, and the 4th variable is to store the result. So now after that, we are giving a message to the user to enter 3 numbers, as you can see here. So for printing anything in Java, which statement is required to be used? System.out.println. That is very, very important. Is that clear? So now,
Yes, sir.
after giving this message, enter 3 number, what we are supposed to do? We are inputting 3 values, like A equals to ob.nextInt, B equals to ob.nextInt, and the C equals to OB dot next int. So what we are actually doing in this three lines, A, B, and C, in this we are inputting three numbers with the help of keyboard. So whatever value you are inputting as first number, that we are storing in which variable? A. The second is automatically coming in which variable? B. And the third is coming in C. So after getting all the values in these variables, then we are doing their operation, which we are supposed to perform in this question. That is your sum. Am I clear? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after doing the sum, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to print their result, that is sum is. So now see, this message I have used inside the curly braces. So why inside the curly braces? Curly bracket, not curly bracket. That is a double quotes. So why we are putting this double quotes? Because we wanted to print this message as it is on the computer screen. So whatever you are giving in the double quotation mark, that you will get as it is. How this will come, that I will show you. And after that, if you want to print the value of a particular variable, then we need to put this plus sign followed by the variable name. So now let me show you the execution. Now please look at here. Let me execute this program. There is no error. Now, so enter three number. We are inputting three number. So now see, after inputting a number, we are pressing the enter key. So the first number, that is 10, is going in A, 20 is going in B, and 30 is going in C. So the sum, that is your result, is coming here 60. And that 60 we have stored in a variable D. So see here, you are getting a message as it is, that is your sum is equals to, and followed by the value of D. So whenever you wanted to print a value of a variable, always you need to give without double quotes this. And if you are giving this D in the double quotes, so what you will get? You will get D only. Am I clear this?
Yes, sir.
Please
Yes,
note
sir.
down.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
But is it necessary to add a plus sign in front of the variable in which we are storing the answer?
Beta, see, this is required whenever you wanted to print a message followed by the value of a variable. Right? Now see, let me show you. If I am rubbing this and suppose you are not giving this. So in this case, what you will get? You will not get a message, but you will get the value of that variable D. Now let me show you. Now see, now the sum is coming 6. That is correct. But here this time the message is not coming. So if you want to print value of any variable after the message, then you need to give that message in the double quotes, then followed by the plus sign and the variable name must be there. Am I clear, Neonika?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubt, beta?
No, sir.
But it is always better to print the message. That is always beneficial for you, beta. Okay? Any doubt?
Sir, if we don't use the variable D and we write it as within double quotes, sum is equal to, then use the double quote and write
See,
B plus C.
beta, that is also correct. See, there are so many variations to do this program. The way which I have told you, this is the basic way. Apart from this, there are so many ways in which we can skip the fourth variable directly. We can print inside the SOPLN statement. Am I right? So that they are the variation. Okay, so don't worry about that. That you can keep. You can try directly in the program. Okay.
Sir, if we are writing,
But one by one.
sir, if we are writing, if we are writing A plus B plus C, so sir, how will you put that plus sign?
Let me show you. Just wait. No need to worry, just put it inside the bracket. Okay. Got it? देखो बेटा,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
bracket must be there.
Sir, as
In this case, the bracket must be there. If you are not putting the bracket, you are not getting the sum. You, in that case, see, suppose you are not putting this bracket, in that case you will get the value of ABC as it is. Let me show you that also. Okay, just a minute. Now see, so whatever values you are inputting, this time you will get those values as it is. See, as you can see here.
Sir,
Beta, wait.
sir, but here we are not writing A, B, and C in quotation marks, and we are even giving a plus sign also to.
Beta, may I know your name? Saransh Mishra.
Combine. Yes, sir.
But that, see, don't go in deep. Let me explain easily, step by step only, then only you will get it. If you are not putting the bracket here, please try to understand. And before that, if you have given a message, in this case, you will get the value of A, B and C as it is. But at the same time, if you are putting a bracket over here, then you will get the result, that is A plus B plus C. So why? Because before that, this message is very, very important. If you would have not been printing this, in that case you will get A plus B plus C. But because of this only now, this is coming as it is. So don't worry about that. You will understand these things very soon. Okay? Is
Sir,
it clear?
As you told that,
हाँ बेटा
you
बोलो.
told that if we do not write import java.util,
हाँ.
so it will be an error. So sir, if we do not write import and public scanner 2, so it would be correct.
Let me show you.
Import and scanner.
See, I will show you. Suppose I have removed scanner and this import. So in that case, again I am telling you we are going to get error. Why? Because now the user is inputting this ob.nextInt, but this ob is not mentioned, and this ob has to be declared as scanner, because this next int is the input statement, and this input statement is not having that scanner class, so it has to be there. Now let me show you the error. See, there are 3 errors. ob.nextInt. So now, because why it is showing ob.nextInt error? Because the scanner is not there. If you write the scanner, then you need to write the import java.util also, because each line is interconnected. Getting my point? Getting my point, beta?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now see, again I am showing you. So now there is no error, right? Let me show you the execution again. Okay, I hope there is no doubt now.
No, sir.
Any doubt?
Sir, sir,
Yes.
Thank you.
Beta, ask.
sir, that question will come in the middle. Sir, that question back to print sum of 3 integers will come after class example.
No, beta, that I have mentioned like this only. Hana? You need to write as a first line.
Okay, sir.
Any doubt? So is there any confusion in the structure of Java?
No, sir.
Sure,
No,
बच्चों?
sir.